love her, and she's deceived you. You hate her patronizing attitude. She looks down on you. She's impressed with celebrities. She wants to get rid of you. You squeeze harder.
Number 95, Free Fire. What it lacks in plot, Free Fire makes up for with non-stop action. An action comedy about an arms deal gone wrong. Free Fire is essentially a feature-length shootout, which can be a lot of fun when executed properly.
You gonna go pat them mountains, buddy?
Number 94, Bottoms. Bottoms is a zany, satirical, and queer teen comedy about a group of high school seniors who think that setting up a fight club is the best way to hook up with other girls. It is an absolute roller coaster stuffed to the gills with hilarious hijinks and insane plans gone horribly awry.
You know what? I'm good, because it's not going to happen for me. If it's not happening here, then it's definitely not happening in Emerson, okay? I'm done trying to sow my damn oats.
Number 93, Queen and Slim. Released a year before the tragic killing of George Floyd, Queen and Slim expertly tackled the fear and resentment of police abuse in the African-American community. This modern-day Bonnie and Clyde is a romantic drama about a black couple whose first date takes an unexpected turn thanks to a racist cop.
Can I be your Lexi?
You already are.
Hold your fire!
Number 92, George Washington. Coming-of-age stories always pluck at the heartstrings. The perspective of a child can allow for poetic storytelling as children must contend with a loss of innocence. George Washington, directed by David Gordon Green, is just such a film about the lives of a group of children in a small southern town.
I've seen into your skin and seen the words, the things you've done, the chances you missed, the loss of all things.
Number 91, A Boy and His Dog. A decade before Miami Vice, Don Johnson starred in A Boy and His Dog as a young man trying to survive in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Most of the tropes of modern post-apocalyptic stories owe this movie a great deal, and this OG wasteland film does not disappoint.
I detect no living female person within my range, sir. I have sniffed and I have cast, and I have a negative reading. However, I'd be delighted to tell you a suggestive story if you think that would help.
Pass. Fuzzy butt.
Number 90, Predestination. Predestination is one of several time travel films on this list, but the only one to star Ethan Hawke and Succession star Sarah Snook. It's a thought-provoking film that uses time travel as a means to explore the nature of gender identity.
You're disappointed in me, right? I remember that. I do. But when the dust settles, I think you'll see that we did the right thing.
I will never become you.
Number 89, The Toxic Avenger. The Toxic Avenger is a cult classic horror comedy film that has maintained a devoted fan base for 40 years. It is no wonder.
You can tell all your scum friends that things are gonna change in this town. I'm not just another pretty face.
This is a campy delight. It tells the story of a mild-mannered janitor who transforms into a mutated vigilante after falling into a vat of toxic waste. Need we say more? Number 88, Phantom of the Paradise. Before films like Carrie, Scarface, and The Untouchables, Brian De Palma directed a completely insane rock opera satire.
I felt layout. Sit and listen while the phone began.
Phantom of the Paradise combines elements of Phantom and Faust to roast the music industry in this hilarious horror. Number 87, The Orphanage. The Orphanage is a Spanish horror movie centered on a woman who returns to the orphanage where she was raised, only to experience terrifying supernatural horror. Few films can match its naturally frightening atmosphere while maintaining a shocking emotional depth to the story. Number 86, Brotherhood of the Wolf. Vincent Cassel and Marc Dacascos, the chairman from Iron Chef, star as a pair of adventurers investigating a series of mysterious killings in 18th century France. It's a werewolf movie that goes back to the origins of the myths, based on the historical legend of the Beast of Gévaudan. Number 85, The Omega Man. Years after the original Vincent Price film and decades before the Will Smith remake I Am Legend, Charlton Heston stars as a seemingly lone survivor after a viral apocalypse. The Omega Man is a gripping depiction of isolation and a harrowing tale of survival in a desolate world.
There is no phone ringing, damn it!
There is no phone.
Number 84, The Score. Both Robert De Niro and Marlon Brando won Oscars for portraying Vito Corleone, and they both starred in the heist classic The Score alongside Edward Norton. Full of the twists, turns, and betrayals of the genre, The Score should be a central part of any heist movie marathon.
I'm gonna say something to you. You're smart, you're talented, you know a few things, but talent means nothing in this game if you make the right choice. There's plenty of talented people out there who've never seen the light of day anymore.
Number 83, Waves. Waves follows a black family in the suburbs as they navigate the aftermath of a horrible tragedy. This emotionally powerful story is told through phenomenal cinematography and hard-hitting performances by Kelvin Harrison Jr. and Sterling K. Brown.
Oh, we talked about this, bro. If you can't keep it going, you can forget about hanging out with your friends and running around with that little girl of yours. You quit shaking your head at me, boy.
Number 82, Marvin's Room. Did you know there's a film out there starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Meryl Streep, Diane Keaton, and Robert De Niro, all of whom deliver powerhouse performances? Marvin's Room is a drama about two estranged sisters who reunite when one is diagnosed with leukemia and needs a bone marrow transplant from the other.
You can have the whole house. You can have the sunshine. You can find work down here, Lee. No. Why not? Just no. Well, then give me one good reason. I don't want to.
Number 81, Millions. Millions is arguably the most heartwarming film from Trainspotting director Danny Boyle. When a young boy discovers a bag full of stolen money about to be taken out of circulation, he searches for a way to use it to help others.
Is it still alright? If it's robbed, can you still do good with it? Or should you give it back? I thought it was a miracle, but it's just robbed.
Number 80, Imagine Me and You. One of the best romantic comedies of the 21st century, Imagine Me and You is a queer film starring Lena Headey years before her turn as Cersei Lannister. After handling the floral arrangements for a London wedding, she starts to get especially close to the bride. Number 79, American Honey. American Honey is essentially the millennial Almost Famous, a coming-of-age road movie following a teenage girl who joins a traveling magazine sales crew. It's an immersive movie, and a delightful road trip tale about freedom, camaraderie, and youthful rebellion.
I like what you do.
I'll do it again sometime then.
Number 78, Hiroshima Mon Amour. Hiroshima Mon Amour is one of the best films to come out of the French New Wave, a powerful meditation on memory, trauma, and healing after World War II. The movie's beautiful, haunting cinematography makes it a seminal work in cinematic history.
C'est là, il me semble l'avoir compris. Que tu as dû commencer à être comme aujourd'hui tu es encore.
Number 77, Backbeat. For any fans of the Beatles, Backbeat, a musical drama that features the band's early days, is a must-see. It is a bittersweet look into friendship and the price of fame.
My name's Lennon, John Winston Lennon. I was named after Churchill, John Churchill, the West Fishman. My parents were thinking of calling me after my father, but Dad's just a stupid name, don't you think?
Number 76, Hidalgo. In his first role after The Lord of the Rings, Viggo Mortensen
Ei,
starred
Quatro, você presta atenção, rapaz. Tá vendo que tava com você que você desceu, porra.
Across the Arabian desert. Adventure films
Tá
are a
louco,
rarer
cara.
commodity these days.
Olha lá, vem lutear aí, tá?
You and your horse have made enough trouble for me.
Olha o cara destrupa aí também. Vamos lá.
Ô, cara, eu sou novo no jogo, deixa eu vacilão nesse.
Fuck you, man.
Number 75, the Pope of Greenwich Village.
né?
Mickey Rourke and Eric Roberts are two New York City cousins who devise a risky and ill-fated plan to steal money from a local mobster. They bring authenticity and pathos to the roles, creating an undervalued gem of 1980s cinema.
Charlie, what can I do for you? I didn't do nothing, man. What can I do for you? It was my life, man. I didn't want to give the poor bastard up, but it was my life, Charlie.
Number 74, Coherence. A comet is the catalyst for a series of strange occurrences experienced by a group of adult friends in this mind-bending modern sci-fi. It's a clever, low-budget film, using limited resources to create tension and suspense.
Quantum decoherence ensures that the different outcomes have no interaction with one another.
So that one note has been written at least 4 times.
You and Amir are walking around out there.
Number 73, Time Crimes. Time Crimes is a Spanish sci-fi thriller about a man who accidentally travels back in time an hour, stumbling into a living nightmare. It's both clever and suspenseful, providing a take on time travel that is both refreshing and horrific.
Tranquilízate. Tengo que bajar a la mansión antes que vosotros. Asegúrate de que no me vea, ¿de acuerdo? Tengo que acabar con él, ¿entiendes? Tranquilízate.
Number 72, In the Mouth of Madness. In the Mouth of Madness is a Lovecraftian dystopian nightmare from the mind of horror maestro John Carpenter. Sam Neill plays an insurance investigator who delves into horrific madness while investigating the disappearance of a popular horror author.
This is not the ending. You haven't read it yet.
Number 71, The Handmaiden. LGBTQIA+ films are becoming more commonplace in global cinema, leading to innovative and unique stories like that told in The Handmaiden. Park Chan-wook directs the sensational erotic thriller about betrayal, desire, and manipulation.
아가씨는 한여의 인형이구나. 이 많은 단추들은 다 나 좋으라고 달렸지. 단추 풀고 끈을 당기면 그러면 그 안에도 달 것 같고.
Number 70, Frailty. In Frailty, Bill Paxton believes he is on a mission from God to kill demons disguised as people. Matthew McConaughey plays the son who takes up his legacy in a film ending in a genuinely shocking twist.
Everything okay, Adam?
Everything's just fine, Becky. God's will has been served.
Number 69, Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. Campy, satirical musicals may not be for everyone, but most people will enjoy Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. Its blend of dark humor and social commentary follows an all-female rock band's rise to fame and subsequent plunge into the hedonistic excesses of Hollywood.
The toast, my friends, to our health and cheer and happiness. Otto, let the ritual begin.
Number 68, The Rider. While most westerns are stories of man against man or man against nature, Chloe Zhao's The Rider is an incredible man against self story. After suffering a near-fatal head injury, a young cowboy must redefine his life when he can no longer ride horses.
Darius asked you to take care of Gus on his travels, Lord. Just be with him all the time and protect him. Keep him safe, God.
Number 67, Bamboozled. Spike Lee's Bamboozled is a satirical drama focusing on a frustrated black TV writer who creates a successful modern minstrel show featuring black actors in blackface. The film is explicit commentary on race, media, and cultural stereotypes, featuring powerful acting.
It was 10 o'clock, and the dance of death was about to commence. Since a lot of people still don't have computers, the network sought a court order to carry it live, taking it off the feed. It was granted.
Number 66, THX 1138. George Lucas's feature film debut stars a young Robert Duvall bucking against a future society where humans are controlled by a totalitarian regime that suppresses emotions and individuality through drugs and strict regulations. It's a bold imagining of a dehumanizing future and a provocative examination of freedom and conformity.
Wait, the 3, 2, 1, and away. On to the 6, 9. Well, that's enough.
Number 65, 24-hour party people.
Oi,
Bands
cara,
like
do
Joy
verde,
Division
ó.
and New Order were born thanks to Manchester's influential music scene from the late 1970s to early 1990s. The film chronicles the rise and fall of record label owner Tony Wilson through a captivating blend of humor and historical insight.
That's John the Postman. He's a postman. And that guy dancing at the front, that's Martin Hannett, the only bona fide genius in the story. Or one of the only two bona fide geniuses in the story.
Number 64, The Women. The Women
Cara
is
do
a
carro ali, ó,
revolutionary
pegaram
film for its
3.
time,
Ó,
starring an
tem que trocar
all-female
do carro.
cast with an insightful commentary on social dynamics and gender roles. It's
Ah,
funny,
okay.
with the repartee and sharp wit of the era's screwball comedies.
You know, Mary, you really should make it up with Sylvia. She's livid the way you've high-handed her ever since Reno. I'd rather have her for a friend than an enemy. I wouldn't.
Number 63, Eddie the Eagle. Eddie Edwards was an unlikely British ski jumper who overcame numerous obstacles to compete in the 1988 Winter Olympics. Taron Egerton and Hugh Jackman star in this biopic about Eddie, telling a heartwarming and uplifting story through charming performances.
I take jumping very seriously. In fact, I love it. I love it very nearly as much as proving people wrong.
Number 62, The Northman. Robert Eggers directs this retelling of the Norse tale that inspired Shakespeare's Hamlet. The Northman is an epic revenge thriller that follows a young Viking prince on a quest to avenge his father's murder and reclaim his kingdom.
I seek to weapon the Norns of fate chose for my revenge.
Number 61, Blood and Black Lace. Italian giallo or murder mystery films are stylish but unknown gems to American audiences, and Blood and Black Lace is a standout of the genre. A masked killer targets fashion models in a high-end boutique, revealing dark secrets and brutal murders. Number 60, A Most Violent Year. Jessica Chastain and Oscar Isaac are two of the best actors working today, and their joint performance in A Most Violent Year is truly masterful. Morality loses out to ambition as a New York businessman devolves into criminality to protect his family.
What is this?
Bank account?
Whose?
Ours.
Number 59, The Bigamist. The Bigamist is a drama about a man who accidentally marries two women and finds himself torn between them. For 1953, it is a surprisingly nuanced study of human relationships with a sensitive portrayal of complex characters.
What was in your mind? Did you think you could live this life for a lifetime?
Well, when I realized how much a child meant to me, I decided to help her by staying married until the baby became legally ours. Then I'd get out of her life.
Number 58, Strange Days. Ralph Fiennes and Angela Bassett star in Catherine Bigelow's Strange Days, a sci-fi thriller set in a dystopian Los Angeles on the brink of the new millennium. While its view of now modern technology is at times silly, it nevertheless tackles the intersection of ethics and technology in visually interesting ways.
Why me? Because you're the magic man, Lenny. You make dreams happen, don't you? If it's got something to do with the water, sooner or later it washes up on your beach.
I've never dealt in blackjacks. Never.
Number 57, Hell or High Water. Captain Kirk and the Dreamer of Modern Heads is a modern western about two brothers who embark on a series of bank robberies to save their family's ranch. The economic hardships of modern American life are center stage in this thought-provoking crime drama.
Try to be done with it. You'll never get done with it no matter what. It's gonna haunt you on for the rest of your days. But you won't be alone. You'll haunt me too.
Number 56, Amores Perros. One of the best Mexican films in the last few decades. Amores Perros weaves together three interconnected stories linked by a car accident in Mexico City. Love, betrayal, and fate collide with this gritty depiction of urban life in Mexico City, making it a standout in contemporary Latin American cinema.
Richie.
¡Qué susto, tía!
Number 55, Nightmare Alley. The original Nightmare Alley, released in 1947, is a classic noir about a con artist who rises to fame as a mentalist. His downward spiral of greed, manipulation, and self-destruction was unusual for the time, providing an in-depth view of the seedy world of carnival life and human depravity.
I'm no good. I never pretended to be. But I love you. I'm a hustler. I've always been one. But I love you.
Number 54, Troll Hunter. Troll Hunter is a Norwegian found-footage film about a group of students documenting a man who hunts trolls in the wilderness. The movie combines a unique blend of fantasy and humor with incredible Norwegian landscapes.
Hans, what are you doing?
I have to give him the finishing blow!
Number 53, Possession. Divorce, espionage, and family drama meets supernatural horror in the 1981 Polish movie Possession. Director Andrzej Żuławski creates an art house classic in this nightmarish web of obsession, violence, and demonic possession. Number 52, Attack the Block. What happens when a teenage gang is the last defense between a South London council estate and an alien invasion? That is the plot of Attack the Block, a hilarious action movie that helped put future Star Wars star John Boyega on the map.
I was gonna make you. Now, I'm gonna dead you. This is my block. Get me. Not really.
Number 51, Session 9. Session 9 is a creepy psychological horror film about an asbestos removal crew working in an abandoned mental health hospital. It is a dark plunge into insanity, and it is impossible to watch the movie without a pervasive sense of dread.
I wouldn't tell anybody about this. Because if they find out about Hank, they're gonna find out about the others. You did this.
What are you doing here, man?
Number 50, Westworld. Decades before the HBO remake, Yul Brynner starred in the original Westworld film about theme park robots rebelling against their guests. It is a bleak and suspenseful film about the ethics of advancing technology that set the stage for future movies like Jurassic Park.
What's his problem?
Nothing. He got shot up today, so we're taking the opportunity to replace the visual cortex. Using the new infrared units. And we're increasing audio sensitivity.
Number 49, Eyes Without a Face. Eyes Without a Face is a bizarre French horror film about a surgeon who kidnaps young women in an attempt to graft their faces onto his daughters, whose face was damaged in a car accident. It's an early entry in the body horror genre, and is an explicit commentary on the obsession with beauty.
Oui, je sais. Les morts doivent se taire. Alors que je devienne morte pour de bon. Je n'en peux plus. Je ne peux plus oser se regarder.
Number 48, The Killing. The Killing is a classic film noir directed by Stanley Kubrick about a meticulously planned racetrack heist that unravels due to human folly and fate. Its intricate plot is told through the use of then innovative non-linear storytelling, and is the granddaddy of all modern heist films.
Johnny, you've got to run.
Cara aqui no verde, ó. Ó. Vai da pedra aqui, tem um cara, ó. Olha pra esquerda aí, ó.
Waiting for Guffman. Waiting for Guffman is a lesser-known Christopher Guest mockumentary that its flowers. It tells the hilarious tale of a small-town community theater group preparing for a local celebration, eagerly anticipating the arrival of a Broadway talent scout.
I've been through this a million times. These New York types like to come late. Believe me, I've never seen one of them come on time in all my years in the theater. Take a deep breath. Blow it out. He's gonna be here. Let's just do a good show, okay?
Number 46, Moonlight Mile. Inspired by his own loss, director Brad Silberling wrote and directed this semi-autobiographical film about the aftermath of murder. It starkly examines the holes and ripples left behind in loved ones after tragedy strikes, and is filled with layered performances.
It was Diane who finally had the courage. She was the one who told me that I didn't want to go through with it. And I guess she's doing it again, because all of this is everything that she wouldn't want.
Number 45, Make Way for Tomorrow. Nearly a century before our current growing senior care crisis, Make Way for Tomorrow tackled the subject. It highlights the struggles a family must deal with when its elderly members can no longer care for themselves. It is more relevant today than ever.
Find time to tell us.
Number 44, Fly Away Home. Fly Away Home is a quintessential mid-90s live-action family film that is guaranteed to put your tear ducts to work. A young girl, with the help of her father, raises a flock of orphan geese and teaches them to migrate south for the winter. Number 43, Pariah. Pariah is a coming-of-age drama about a young African-American woman navigating her identity and sexuality. It deftly navigates sensitive topics with thoughtfulness and care, and is a brilliant look at the modern American family.
Tell your mom it's just a phase.
It's not a phase. You should have done something. You should have done something. There's nothing wrong with me.
Number 42, The Florida Project. This coming-of-age story, anchored by a stellar performance from Willem Dafoe, follows a precocious 6-year-old girl and her friends. Set a stone's throw from the most magical place on Earth, poverty and innocence clash in this visually stunning film by Sean Baker.
At the end of the rainbow is
Birico aí? Ô, biriquinho.
I know that a leprechaun is on the end with it. And one must keep it. I used to like these. Let's go beat it. Come on.
Number 41, Key Largo. Bogey and Bacall star in this noir thriller about the residents of a Florida hotel getting trapped by a crew of gangsters in the middle of a hurricane. The tension slowly mounts as our heroes must contend with the worst that both humanity and Mother Nature has to offer.
Well, maybe it is a rotten world, but a cause isn't lost as long as someone is willing to go on fighting.
Well, not that someone.
But you are. You may not want to be, but you can't help yourself. Your whole life's against you.
Well, you know about my life.
Number 40, The Skin I Live In. The Skin I Live In is a psychological thriller about a brilliant plastic surgeon who creates an invincible synthetic skin. Pedro Almodovar is one of the best filmmakers working today, and his film scrutinizes identity, desire, and the boundaries of ethics in science.
Ya no puedo seguir llamándote Vicente. A partir de hoy te llamarás Vera.
Number 39, Bone Tomahawk. The horror and Western genres collide.
Caralho.
A film about a sheriff who must confront a group of cannibalistic cave dwellers. It is intense, gritty, and one of the most underappreciated horror films of the last decade.
Nick! Wake up! God damn it, Nick, wake up!
Number 38,